The day that I got my car back that had the hand controls on it was, I'm going to say, probably my top 5 days in my life, because I got my freedom back. There's no other way to put it other than to say I now knew that I had returned to my normal life, and there was nothing between me and the open road. I mean, I love to drive. I love to take excursions. Yeah, I got my life back.
A lot of people don't want to stop driving, even though if they have some safety issues, because they want that independence, they want that ability to be able to leave whenever they want or go to the store whenever they want and not have to rely on other individuals. Talking to a loved one about driving cessation is a very difficult conversation. As long as it comes from the heart, that you're caring for the person, that you're worried about their safety, it makes the conversation much easier, and letting them know there's these steps that they could go through to show that they're still safe. If a person's concerned about their driving, I would recommend that they go and see a certified driving rehab specialist. Those are typically occupational therapists that specialize in driving rehabilitation.
The evaluation part is something that is quite extensive. There was such a feeling of relief just in that first evaluation to know that there was something for me.
For the comprehensive driving evaluation, there's 3 factors that we look at. We look at the physical aspects, the visual perceptual aspects, and then the thinking and cognitive aspects. So when we're looking at physical aspects, we're looking at coordination and reaction times in the legs for braking, for example. So there's a brake reaction measure that looks at someone's ability to brake when there's an emergency. When we're assessing vision and perception, there's a good assessment that's a big light board with buttons on it. The buttons turn red, and a person needs to react to them quickly by pushing the button. This assessment looks at how quickly a person notices the lit button in their visual field and how quickly they react to it. And this is important with driving because you're looking at a lot of different variables, a lot of different stimuli. So this looks and measures at that and makes sure the person's able to scan quickly and react quickly. There's other vision assessments that look at depth perception, so judging distances, when it's safe to turn, when it's safe to make that lane change. When we're assessing cognition, we do the trail making test A and B. So this assessment looks at scanning, it's a pen and paper task, but also looks on the B part, looks at divided attention and attention shifting, which is important for driving because you're not just focusing on the road in front. We have a driving simulator presents hazards and sees, and we look at how the person reacts to those hazards, whether they're able to brake in time or steer away in time or make the wise decision. So decision making comes into play. Is it better to brake or steer away in that scenario? And then the last part is the on-the-road part, where we go in our dual control car and go around the community, and we go from the parking lot to residential, to business, to freeways, slowly increasing the difficulty of the driving requirements and seeing how a person responds and how they do.
We really tried a bunch of different adaptive equipment just to make sure I was comfortable. The first thing that I needed was a hand control to take place of what I do with my feet. So basically, whatever I would do with the accelerator or the brake needs to now happen with the hand control.
There's a lot of vehicle adaptations out there. So there's steering controls, for allowing someone to have more control and more ease to turn the steering wheel. There are adapted vans where individuals that are in wheelchairs can go and drive either from their chair or go up a ramp and be able to transfer into a chair. And so even the driving seat has adaptations where it could rotate and come out. There's adaptations where you can have a car topper where it's able to store a manual chair, or on the back of a vehicle, being able to store a scooter or a wheelchair. For individuals that need more adaptations or special adaptations, there are minivans that can be the inside lowered and have ramps in there. The DMV may require an individual to show a report that's been filled out by a physician regarding their diagnosis and prognosis, which could lead to the DMV checking up on the individual yearly or so, depending on the state again. They might want a report from a driving rehab specialist. And the DMV may also require a vision report from an optometrist. The resources that are available to help for the cost of vehicle adaptations. One great resource is the Department of Rehabilitation. It's in most states and it's federally funded. And if someone has a disability and they want to work or they want to go to schooling, they provide evaluations, they provide training, they provide the equipment as well.